All right.
Okay, since you're bringing up bills, we got a bill from Plant Moran recently that has a charge on there for $690. And it reads, research and documentation provided to board member with inquiry regarding July 4th picnic and fireworks expenditures. This brings a concern to me because...
What's the date of it, Ron?
The bill is January 20th of 2014. This brings a concern that a trustee is calling up and putting a liability on the officials of this township. I don't believe the 4 trustees have the right to expend any money by law unless it's given to by the supervisor. That's why in the past, anything that you've needed has to go through the supervisor. In this case...
And we don't have credit cards.
No, not correct.
That is correct. And Mr. Dorshevitz, I will be issuing a bill to you for $690. Now, the second thing I'm going to...
As soon as you issue a bill to the clerk for $355.
Now, my second thing is this. Somebody let me look at...
I get to respond to that.
Yes,
okay, I got another good one. Yeah. I just want to know, Mr. Dorshevitz, because somebody let me into your LinkedIn page. I was able to see it. Somebody brought it to me. And I find it quite amazing that you said you're self-employed since September of 2012, and you've collected over $700 in unemployment that this township has to pay in your behalf.
Not true.
Absolutely true.
Absolutely untrue.
And you might have read an article in the Detroit News about this before, what happened in Detroit, but there's $720. And in fact, Mr. Dorshevitz...
Okay, wait a minute. He is accusing me of a crime. He is accusing me of a crime.
Paperwork's right here, Mr. Dorshevitz.
He is accusing me of a crime. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
Brought up a point about a bill.
He is accusing me of a crime. What are you going to do about it?
Well, let's go back and check the tape to see if he accused you of anything.
Right here.
Unemployment doesn't, they collect from the primary employer.
I am going to sue you.
Both of them.
I am going to sue this township.
Right here, Mr. Dorshevitz.
Are you sure?
And in fact, Mr. Dorshevitz, we know you were on vacation. I just couldn't figure out why somebody would collect unemployment.
I'm going to sue you, and I'm going to sue this township.
It's right here. It's right here, Bob.
You slandered me.
Well, it's right here, Bob.
All right. How about if there is a business meeting here tonight? Let's move on with our business.
Wait, I get to respond to something he just said, and I want to respond to this.
Do you want to make a clarification about the state of Michigan? What is it? I can't remember what he said.
Yes. Well, no. First, I'm going to respond to what he just said about Plant Moran. And let me tell you something. I have spoken to Plant Moran. I don't know what they're talking about with the July 4th last year because I never talked to him about that. But Plant Moran made it very clear that all 7 members of this board are their client, and we all have equal rights to speak to Plant Moran. In fact, when you withheld the audit statement, Joe Heffernan could have gotten his license suspended for that. And Plant Moran has made it very clear they are going to communicate with the trustees directly because of what you did with this audit report. And that's why they're communicating with us directly. Every single member of this board has a right to speak with the auditors because we have financial overview.
That's correct.
We do not have to go through
that. Is correct, Mr. Dorshevitz, but you required information that you had no authority to do and demanded documents. Okay?
I have every authority
no,
to do
you don't.
Just a second.
You can't.
Here's the floor. Okay, you made your comment about Plant Moran. Did you want to
talk
talk about
I want to make another comment
the,
about the state of Michigan unemployment.
Yep.
Elected officials do not collect unemployment. And if the state of Michigan screws something up, that's their business. You accuse me of a crime. You accused me of a crime, and you did it on the video.
You mentioned it. Okay. All right. Well, it seems like we have...
I am going to sue you, and I'm going to sue the township for that.
Excuse me.
I have
Just
a point of clarification that I think may help.
Go ahead.
The annual letter that comes out, it came out in April again this year, from the auditor announcing their audit.
Yeah.
That invites trustees to contact them.
No, you have the right to do that.
All right, so clarify.
What did was call them up and demand documents, and they had to put things together for his behalf. That you don't have the right to do unless you go through the supervisor. And Mr. Dorshevitz chose not to go through the supervisor.
This would be the audit report that Plant Moran
Okay.
issued on October 6th that he withheld from the board. I asked Plant Moran for a copy of this audit report. They have an ethical responsibility to get it to me, and Joe Heffernan, the partner of Plant Moran, could have lost his license because he withheld it from the board.
Mr. Dorshevitz,
We got a motion here. Let's move on. Listen, I don't know how, you had questions about the bills. We have a motion on the floor. Let's get back to the business of the meeting here, okay? If you two want to have a personal attacks on each
He
other.
accused me of a crime, and
You know
you
what?
sit there and do nothing.
You're accusing everybody up here, Mr. Dorshevitz,
accuse
including
no
me,
one.
the clerk. Who have you left out?
I accused no
Marie,
one of a
Kay,
crime.
you might be next. Excuse me, just a second. We'll try to get back here. Show respect this way. We'll show respect out this way. And I agree, and that's why I said I wanted to move on. A trustee had questions about 6 bills. We have honored that. Let's move on. All right. There's a motion on the floor to approve the consent agenda. I think we've had enough discussion. In fact, it's gone past the motion of the consent judgment and the approval of the bills. All right.